Ja, und damit herzlich willkommen zu Famous Five Dangerous Discovery. Also noch ein Fünf-Freunde-Spiel. Ich stelle Speech ein bisschen runter, weil es mir gerade ein bisschen zu laut war. Ja, das ist jetzt der vierte Teil. Ich habe versucht, den zweiten zu starten, funktionierte aber irgendwie nicht und den dritten habe ich, glaube ich, gar nicht erst online gefunden. Deswegen geht es jetzt mit dem vierten weiter und ich glaube, im Gegensatz zum ersten wird es schon ein Upgrade sein. Wir werden mehr Orte sehen können, mehr machen müssen und ein längeres Spiel haben. Ich weiß nicht mehr, was wirklich passiert in diesem Teil. Ich habe ihn vielleicht damals gespielt, ich weiß nicht genau. Ich glaube, den zweiten hatte ich auf jeden Fall noch gespielt. Dritter, vierter, weiß ich ehrlich gesagt nicht. Also wird es jetzt noch ein quickes, ja, ein schnelles Point-and-Click-Adventure zwischen den Harry Potter-Teilen, denke ich mal. Und ja, wir gucken mal, welche Abenteuer in diesen Sommerferien auf Kiran Island auf uns warten, beziehungsweise auf die fünf Freunde. Also viel Spaß!
Hello, George. Nice to see you. And there's Timmy too. Timmy, come over here, boy.
Hello, George. How are you?
Hello, nice you could come. I feel great. After all, it's the summer holidays.
So, any new adventures in sight?
No, nothing yet, Dick, unfortunately. But I've got some interesting news for you instead. Go on and tell us then. We're all dying to know. All right. I don't want to keep you in suspense any longer. There's an archaeologist lodging with us.
You mean one of those people who run all over the place with a trowel and brush, digging up vases and things?
Yes, exactly one of those, Dick. He's found an old settlement quite close by and has already begun the excavations.
That's really interesting, George. Go on. What kind of settlement is it then?
Mr. Brown suspects it's a Roman settlement, although he hasn't found any evidence for that yet, I don't think. I didn't know there were Romans here in the past.
Not only Romans, Anne. I think the Celts were here before as well.
I'd love to introduce you to Mr. Brown, but unfortunately he left this morning all of a sudden. Apparently he left my mother a note saying that he had to go to a world fair urgently.
What a pity. And who's in charge of the excavations now?
Nobody, Julian. My mother's not to rent his room to anyone else. He's coming back in a couple of days to carry on with the dig.
Is it possible to visit the excavation site? Or is it out of bounds?
There's a small area which one can have a look at, all right? But unfortunately, the biggest part is closed off by a wooden fence. Would you like to have a look at the settlement?
But of course, George. Let's go straight away.
I know my way around a bit. Mr. Brown's already taken me there and explained a few things to me.
Really, George? That must have been ever so interesting, mustn't it?
Absolutely, Julian. He showed me everything a good archaeologist should know. He even gave me a real archaeologist trowel. You're really excited about this archaeologist? Well, he's always so kind and friendly, Anne.
Okay, also ein Archäologe, der hier wohnt und jetzt gerade aber nicht da ist. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, suchen wir mal nach der Ausgrabungsstätte. Okay, das ist schon mal neu. Der kommt auf jeden Fall auch in einem Teil vor. So, Farmhouse. Nee, können wir noch woanders hin? Ach so, Kirin Cottage. Ne, Farmhouse passt, glaube ich. Genau, da kommt man auch in einem Teil hin. Das klingt so dramatisch. Was ist denn los? Okay. Anscheinend gar nichts. Kann ich mit dir reden? Oder können wir irgendwas machen? Anscheinend nicht. Okay. Wir gucken zur Excavation. Wow. Die Grafik ist jetzt nicht so geil, wenn die Leute
This is the
sich
fence I was
bewegen.
telling you about. Behind that are the recent excavations. The areas of the settlement that haven't been completely measured out and cleared. Why are they making such a fuss about the fence? Apart from a few old walls, there's nothing to see anyway, is there?
But Anne, just think of all those old vases, pots, pieces of jewellery and weapons that might still be waiting to be found there.
Mr. Brown told me that they do this to keep nosy people out. Besides, this way, the finds are protected and can't be pinched.
Eben. Wir wollen ja nicht, dass jemand hier was mitnimmt oder zerstört. Betreten verboten. Das ist auf Deutsch. Okay, interessant.
I can't help you with that.
Okay. Ja, ich weiß auch nicht, was ich jetzt hier machen soll.
Look, there's a big rock over there. Maybe we could use that.
Ach so, um drüber zu gucken oder so, ne?
I can't really see anything except for a small building and a lot of rubble. The small building's got to be the excavation hut.
Let me have a look too, George. That's right, George. I can't see more than that either. But there's some bad weather brewing up on the horizon. We should make our way back quickly before we're caught in a storm.
Yes, let's get back to Kieran Cottage fast. Aunt Fanny's bound to be worried.
Oh. Ja, aber wie gut, dass Dick nochmal nachgeguckt hat, ne? Pasture. Okay, wir gehen mal zurück. Wir werden ja noch alles hier in Ruhe inspizieren können, denke ich. Jetzt ist die Frau auch weg. Ach ja. Aber es ist bestimmt sehr schön auf Kiran Island, auch ohne Abenteuer. So, und jetzt setzen die anderen sich in Bewegung. So, wir wollen zu Kiran Cottage zurück. So, vielleicht gibt's Abendessen bei Tante Fanny und Quentin.
Oh, there you are at long last, children. How was your trip?
Hello, Aunt Fanny. The trip was fine. Tell us, have you visited the dig yet?
Hello, Auntie. What do you think of the archaeologist?
Good afternoon, Aunt Fanny. How are you?
Hold your horses, you three. I really can't answer 3 questions at once. Back to your question, Anne. I feel splendid. Thanks for asking. George couldn't keep herself from telling you two about the dig, eh?
Yes, but that really is a piece of news.
To your question, Julian, no, I haven't seen the dig personally. To be honest, I haven't had the time. I'll wait until they're done with the digging. At the moment, you can only see a very small part of it anyhow. And now to your question, Dick. The archaeologist is a very nice, courteous man. And an old acquaintance of your uncle's, by the way.
Okay, gibt's Essen?
Has the archaeologist uncovered anything besides the foundations?
You mean some old treasures? I haven't got a clue. You'd better ask your uncle. He reads up on that daily in the local paper.
Okay, dann müssen wir vielleicht zu ihm gehen. Okay, wir spielen jetzt Dick. Nein. Quentin.
Good evening, Uncle Quentin. Nice to see you again.
Hello, Dick. Did you have a good trip?
Yes, we're super. We've even been to the dig already.
Well, well. George couldn't help telling you, could she?
Of course not. But it's very exciting, isn't it? Uncle Quentin, has the archaeologist actually found objects from Roman times yet?
Antwortet auch?
No, he hasn't. At least nothing significant.
You think that his theory about a Roman settlement is really correct?
I do believe he's on the right track. After all, he's uncovered a few foundations. But it's as if they've been picked clean. Which is actually quite surprising, considering that this area was settled not only by the Romans, but by the Celts as well.
Oh well, he's bound to make a few interesting discoveries. According to what George told us, he seems to be working really hard.
He's got to. After all, he's under enormous pressure. People expect some significant fines from him. A lot of money has already been invested in this project.
That sounds like a lot of work for Mr. Brown. Funny that he still has enough time to visit a world fair. Do you know what he wants at this fair?
I don't know. But if you want to know more about Mr. Brown, ask Aunt Fanny. She's chatted with him quite often. Now, if you don't mind, I have to get back to my research.
I won't disturb you any longer then.
Okay, also zurück zu Fanny. Und hier, der Sturm ist ganz schön heftig. Ist bestimmt sehr angenehm hier im Büro von Quentin mit seinem schönen Feuerchen.
Well, could Uncle Quentin tell you any more about Mr. Brown?
Mr. Brown doesn't seem to be having an easy time of it. He's under enormous time pressure to come up with some significant discoveries quickly.
In a way, I feel sorry for him. Me too. We should help him.
But not before tomorrow morning. It's already too dark now, and besides there's a storm blowing out there.
Very sensible, Julian. I would suggest you get a good night's sleep to recover from your tiring trip.
As always, you're right, Aunt Fanny. Let's go upstairs. Good night, Aunt Fanny.
Good night, Auntie.
Good night, Aunt Fanny.
Good night, Mother.
Good night, children. Sleep well.
We should be off as fast as possible, so that we can examine the dig more thoroughly than we did yesterday.
George is right. We should prepare ourselves for a day's outing.
Don't you worry too much about that, Julian. I imagined that you'd be wanting to go to the dig today, so I've packed a few essentials into your rucksack. There are sandwiches, dog biscuits for Timmy, a thermos flask with tea, and a picnic blanket.
That's great, Aunt Fanny. We certainly won't starve.
Wie nett.
And I can also show you what an archaeologist should know. We've got to take the excavation tools along for that, though.
Okay, die sind bestimmt im Chat. Und hier Timmy ist noch am Fressen. Ah, Dick geht mal wieder los. Oder hätte ich noch
No,
mal... Nein?
not this way. I wanted to see Uncle Quentin, didn't I?
Ja, sorry, das wusste ich nicht. Hast du mir nicht gesagt.
What's going on, Dick? You can't come barging in like that. I'm very busy. Please leave me alone now.
But, Uncle Quentin...
Didn't you understand? Please leave me alone.
Okay, dann reden wir doch noch mal mit...
My goodness, Dick. What's the matter with you?
What on earth's the matter with Uncle Quentin? He tossed me out of his room before I could even explain what I wanted.
Don't take it so badly, Dick. Uncle Quentin's a bit aggravated this morning because he's up to his neck in work. He's got to get some very important things done this morning, you see. For one thing, he has an important parcel to post.
Why didn't he say so in the first place? We could do that for him.
Absolutely. We'll be happy to.
He'll be pleased about that. In that case, he'll be happy to lend you the letter scales and the binoculars.
So what are you waiting for, Dick? Go and suggest it to Uncle Quentin. Maybe you should knock first and not just barge in like that.
Okay, okay, ich gehe ja schon. Ja, Sachen zur Post bringen. Seriously, natürlich können wir das machen. Kann ich knocken? Nee, warte. Ich will doch... Ich möchte doch eigentlich nur anklopfen.
I should follow Anne's advice and knock first.
Sehr gut.
Yes, what is it?
It's me, Uncle Quentin. Dick. I only want to make you a brief proposal.
Oh, well then, Dick. Come on in and keep it brief.
Alles klärchen.
Dick, I am sorry, but so much work has piled up that I just don't know where to start.
That's all right, Uncle Quentin. I shouldn't have barged in like that. But I've come here to see if I can help you with some work.
That sounds splendid. What have you got in mind?
Genau, das Paket zur Post bringen.
How about us posting the parcel at the post office for you?
Would you really do that? I would owe you a favour then.
I can think of something. Could you lend us your letter scales and your binoculars?
I knew there was something behind it. All right, it's a deal. But why do you need my letter scales and the binoculars?
We want to go on an outing to the dig, and we still need a couple of tools. If we do find something, we have to measure and weigh it properly, don't we?
You don't seriously believe that you'll find something there? Well, I don't want to spoil your excitement. But take care not to damage anything. And keep away from the fenced-off area.
But of course, Uncle Quentin.
And don't come back too late.
We'll be on time as usual, Uncle Quentin.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Und es kann dir doch egal sein, wann wir zurückkommen.
Haven't we got an agreement, Dick?
Ja. Wir haben ein Agreement. Wo ist denn dein Parcel? Ah,
We'll take that off to the post office quickly.
Haven't we got an agreement, Dick?
ach so, das sollen wir erst wegbringen, oder wie? Oder wie? Ja, okay, machen wir wohl. Ah, warte, kann ich nicht die Binoculars nehmen?
Haven't we got an agreement, Dick?
Oh, okay, ja, wir bringen es erst weg. Wir gehen erst zur Post. Ah, okay, die sind wohl schon draußen, die anderen.
Why should I go over there?
Um es wegzubringen? Also, um zur Post zu gehen?
The others are waiting for you in the boys' room, Dick.
Ach so, the boys' room. Muss es ja auch noch ein girls' room geben, aber das sehen wir nicht. Wir sehen hier oben nur diese zwei Zimmer und das hier müsste der boys' room sein, genau. Dann sind hier vorne wahrscheinlich noch zwei andere Zimmer. Irgendwo müssen Tante Fanny und Quentin ja auch schlafen und die Mädels auch.
Well,
Yeah.
Dick, did he agree to our idea?
Yes. He'll lend us the scales and the binoculars if we post the parcel.
That's great, Dick. Well done.
If it's all right with you, I'll be happy to run the errand.
It's all right by me. What about you?
I'll go with you, Julian. Well then, we've settled that.
Okay, cool.
Dick, haven't you forgotten something? You still wanted to give me something?
Ja, okay, dann gebe ich dir das jetzt. So. Und so.
All right then, we'll meet in front of the house.
See you two later. Right, George. We should start looking for the remaining equipment.
Okay, let's get cracking.
Okay, und ja, voll cool. Die haben ihr eigenes Badezimmer und entweder geht's hier zum Girls Room direkt oder da ist ein... Ah, doch, das ist Girls Room, okay. Aber geht's ja noch relativ weit nach hinten, weil hier rechts davon ist ja das Gästezimmer. Aber gut, okay, Flashlight, immer gut.
This should light things up for a while.
Okay. Ja, ist eigentlich voll cool hier. Albert Einstein, Freiheitsstatue, Weißkopf-Seeadler und Tower Bridge. Was ist das? History Book. Brauchen wir das? Anscheinend nicht. First Aid Box. Oh. Brauchen wir was davon? Sieht noch nicht so aus. So, dann gehen wir wohl runter zu Quentin. Kannst du schneller gehen? Ja.
We've got to be extra careful with the letter scales. We definitely need the binoculars.
Okay, ich glaube, das war's. Sonst noch was aus der Küche?
I'll take that along.
Okay. Sonst noch was?
If you're still looking for the tools, have a look in the tool shed.
Okay, dann gehen wir da noch hin. Ich denke, hier ist wahrscheinlich auch nichts mehr.
This might come in handy at some stage.
Was denn? Ah, ein Schlafsack. Ach so, okay, das war's. Brauchst du den Schirm? Nee, anscheinend nicht. So, und dann gucken wir noch in den Geräteschuppen, wie es wohl auf Deutsch heißt. Zange.
I'll take that one just in case.
Okay, Hammer.
Who knows when this might come in handy?
Okay.
Having something like this with you might prove useful.
Ein ganzer Spaten. Was ist eigentlich der Unterschied zwischen Spaten und Schaufel? Die haben ein bisschen eine andere Form, oder? Gut, aber ich denke, das war's hier. Oder Dick?
George, have we collected everything yet? Now concentrate. There was the shovel, the measuring tape, the brush, your trowel, a pencil, and the notebook.
Measuring tape und Brush? Wieso? Okay, die beiden Sachen brauchen wir wohl noch. Maßband und Pinsel. Wo bekomme ich das denn her? War hier noch irgendwas? Pinsel muss doch hier sein, oder? Ich sehe hier nicht mehr wirklich was. Okay, ich glaube, ich gehe noch mal ins Haus. Oder vielleicht am Strand. Könnte ich mir auch vorstellen, dass es da was gibt. Oder doch noch im Raum oben.
It's locked.
It's locked. Und sie ist so sauer. Die Musik hier oben ist auch lustig. Also, hier noch was.
Of course I'll take my trowel along too.
Ach so, die hattest du noch gar nicht. Okay, jetzt haben wir das auch. Measuring Tape. Geh mal aus dem Weg, Dick. In der First Aid Box war ja nichts, ne? Kein Measuring Tape zumindest. Nee, das brauchen wir erst später, glaube ich. Ja, Dick, du musst... Nein, du musst nicht hier reinkommen, danke. Also Pinsel. Pinsel und Maßband.
Have you looked around in the annex yet?
Was ist Annex?
Have you looked around in the annex yet?
Annex. Keine Ahnung. Okay, da ist wohl nichts. Wir machen einfach mal alles auf. Oh, Dick, steh doch nicht so blöd im Weg rum. Joa. Ich würde sagen, hier ist nichts mehr.
I'm sorry, I can't do any more for you at the moment.
Okay. Ich brauche doch nur einen Pinsel und ein Maßband. Vielleicht gehe ich ja noch mal runter zum Strand und in die Höhle. Oder eben Side of House. Früher war das doch direkt zum Strand. Ach, gucke mal. Was haben wir hier denn noch? Der Anbau. Ist das Annex? Ach, cool.
That's a measuring tape. I'll take it along.
Und ein Pinsel.
Who knows when this might come in handy?
Brauchen wir die Tube auch? Ah, Leim.
You could always use some glue.
Das heißt, sie bauen hier ihr Business aus, ja, und wollen dann noch mehr Gäste hier unterbringen. Das ist cool. Gut, aber ich würde sagen, das war's für die erste Folge und in der nächsten gehen wir dann wieder zur Ausgrabungsstätte und gucken uns das Ganze genauer an. Bis dann.